we were looking for houses around East Finchley, Finchley Central, and North Finchley. So that's why we contacted Martin Gerard in the first place. And Fatmir took us to a couple of places, weren't quite right. And then he said, we have got this weird house that is coming up at some point. It was in probate. So he couldn't actually show it to us for a while. But he said, well, you go and have a look at it. So we did from the outside, and like as soon as we saw it, I mean, that was it, I think, even from the outside.
Yeah, we fell in love with it. We had our flat in Tufnell Park on the market. It was with an independent estate agent, but we got an offer and then it fell through. And because we were desperate to catch this house that Fatmir had shown us, we decided to go with Martin Gerard in Kentish Town, and Maria at Kentish Town helped us to sell that property. It was great that we had connected everybody together and that we had decided to go with Martin Gerard for the sale and the purchase. It was such an advantage that Fatmir was communicating with Maria, and that we were all on the same page, especially when things got a little bit tricky. So it was really, really good to push it through the line.
We had some delays with our buyers for our flat, even though we had an offer very quickly. The process took a long time,
and they were first-time buyers.
Yeah,
as well.
So I think they were very, very tentative. I think about a bit over cautious. And Fatmir did a great job of communicating between us and also the seller of this property, because I think he could easily have probably changed his mind and tried and sold it to somebody else. But I think with Fatmir, supporting us throughout the process, he held on for us, which is great.
Yeah, we wouldn't have caught it, I don't think. We would have lost our forever home. Fatmir has loads of empathy, and to be honest, he was there every step of the way. He was very reassuring, especially when it was getting a bit tricky with all the legal stuff. But he was very reassuring with his communication. But yeah, he's a very nice guy. He's very personable, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was, he also always seemed genuinely sort of pleased to see us, and nothing seemed to be too much trouble. I mean, I think we came to the property, several times, and it was never an issue to come and have a look at it. With Fatmir, so yes, this property didn't actually go on the open market. We were the first people to see it. We loved it. We said yes. We went into negotiations with the buyer. There was a bit of back and forth. Fatmir was was completely transparent about the whole thing. And then I think, he really worked hard to keep it off the market. There were some delays along the way, and in another situation, perhaps with another agent, they might have recommended to the buyer, if you want a quick sale, we'll put it on the open market. And they never did that. He stuck with us and really supported us through this process.
We were nervous that might happen, but he didn't do it. So thank you, Fatmir.
I think during the process, yes, he went above and beyond, and that's because it's mainly down to that kind of managing the expectations of the seller. We did have some delays along the way, and I think that he just he sold us really well to the seller as like we were the right buyers for this house. It was his family home when he was a kid, and he grew up here. And I think it was about, to some extent, making sure that it was going to the right kind of people who weren't going to just knock it apart and put something else up or whatever. I think that there's obviously an emotional
sensitivity to
aspect to it. Yeah. For me, the thing that impressed us the most, I think, there were two key things. One of which is the communication throughout the kind of chain. So between the two agents at the two different branches, it was really, really good, and they were both really supportive, and they were both talking to each other, throughout the whole time, and that I do think sort of eased things along. And then specifically regarding Fatmir, I just think that he really got us.
Yeah.
He got us, and he knew what we wanted, and he really helped us get there.
Yeah, he just knew that this was the place for us. We literally exchanged, completed and moved in on Wednesday. This is now Friday. We have a room full of boxes. In fact, they're right next to me here. But the reason I wanted to do it was to say thank you to Fatmir, because, all our dreams have come true. And it's thanks to him making sure it was a personal experience.
Yeah. I don't really have anything to add to that.
I would feel very comfortable recommending Martin Gerard to friends and family. Our experience has been second to none, even when the pressure was on. Fatmir kept calm and patient. We felt reassured that this would happen, that we would catch this beautiful house. And the fact that we bought and sold from Martin Gerard just kept it in the family, really.